Hello there, fans of the Supreme Duel channel.
Hi guys.
TAF108 here.
And Victory.
And we're coming at you with another video. One I think I did promise for a fact in the channel news video, which will totally be done and uploaded by the time you see this.
No, it won't. Will it?
It will. Anyway, as we started a sort of new video series where we explain Super Saiyajin Forms in each Dragon Ball franchise, to be referenced at a later date anytime someone questions something we say, you just link them to whatever video it is.
Makes it easier on him.
Much easier. But that being said, we've already done the Super Saiyajin Forms scene in Dragon Ball Z, and now it's time for the Super Saiyajin Forms scene in Dragon Ball GT.
Yay.
And then after that, the Super Saiyajin Forms scene in Dragon Ball Super.
No.
But all things considered, this will be a relatively short video, because despite the current state of the franchise, GT didn't really bother to add many more forms, just slight variations on forms that already exist. So, we'll get into it, and hopefully this video isn't 20 minutes long.
Yeah. Alright.
The first form we're going to talk about is the form going off of the last one. So if you watched the last video, or if you're just a fan of Dragon Ball in general, you know that the highest Super Saiyajin form seen in Dragon Ball Z was Super Saiyajin 3.
Yes. I know this.
And hopefully you guys do too. Now, of course, this is the highest form Son Goku has in Dragon Ball GT as well. That is until he has his tail returned to him. Once his tail comes back, he gains the ability to maintain the form with seemingly no stamina problems. He does stop using the form in the series, so it's hard to tell exactly how much of a stamina, I guess you'd say alleviation his tail gives him, other than the fact that he was able to sustain it perfectly during his second fight with Baby, whereas the first time he was only able to use it for about 2 punches, I think it was.
What the fuck?
Well, his child body couldn't handle the stamina as much, in addition to it already being a form that drained stamina. But the tail completely eliminated the stamina problem. Hence, I feel it's necessary to classify the difference between Super Saiyajin 3 with a tail and Super Saiyajin 3 without. Hence the title Mastered Super Saiyajin 3.
Alright.
That being said, this form is the same power as Super Saiyajin 3, the only difference being that it's able to be maintained much easier by the user. The requirement for this is that you have to be able to transform to a Super Saiyajin 3 and you have a tail. Appearance-wise, it looks exactly like Super Saiyajin 3, except now you have a tail, and the fur on said tail is gold rather than brown.
Yeah.
And so far, the only characters I could say who use this form would have to be, well, obviously Son Goku, and no one else.
No one else has a tail.
Nobody else. Sat on a rock and had Elder Kai pulled up.
What the fuck?
But would you want to?
What the fuck?
Alright, moving on from there, we have Golden Uzuru. Otherwise known.
Keep going. There's nothing to be said.
The
Moon power. There you go.
Golden Uzuru, the Grade 8 transformation, or rather the Golden Grade 8 transformation as seen in Dragon Ball GT. We've already gone over it briefly in another video. The video where we talk about the Super Saiyajin 4 multiplier, we go over the fact that we believe it's to be an extension of Super Saiyajin 3 rather than just Super Saiyajin. And I believe that's evidenced by the previous form we mentioned where the tail is gold, but that's neither here nor there. This form is achieved by someone who stares directly into a full moon or is blasted with a large amount of roots waves and has the ability to obtain a higher Super Saiyajin state.
Next is 4, right?
4 is next, but before we get there, we'll mention that its appearance is exactly like that of Uzuru, except it's golden. And power-wise, it's far stronger than Super Saiyajin 3, but not nearly as strong as Super Saiyajin 4. How strong it is up for debate, but as we've said before, we believe it to just be 10 times that of Super Saiyajin 3. But yes, now we can move into 4.
The coolest transformation.
In our opinion, at least. It's definitely the one where they put the most thought into it. And that's probably because it wasn't even made by Toriyama. It was made by a toy staff writer who's just like, I have no idea where to go design-wise after long blonde hair and no eyebrows. So I'm just going to go back to the tail thing, and this is what happened.
Now they have hair. Fur.
Lots and lots of fur. But no nipples.
There's a thing called Nipplegate going on right now, and their goal is to put nipples on characters.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
It's a thing.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
It's super funny.
We can't just keep throwing gate in front of things and arguing about it. That's dumb.
Yes, we can.
Anyway, this form is achieved when the Golden Loser finds a calm heart and mind and gives it to the incredible power the Golden Loser form offers, creating an even stronger transformation, which is known as Super Saiyajin 4. Appearance-wise, every Super Saiyajin 4 we've ever seen in the franchise looks different to some degree, but the basics are black hair and red fur. Now, the exact shade of red and the degree to which the hair is black will vary, and eye color varies as well, which I guess you could say is pretty cool that it adds a sort of uniqueness to Super Saiyajin forms when we're used to them all just being gold.
And, well, originally when they first came out, they weren't bland. Then they were using everything.
Well, we'll get on that in a later video. As we've already discussed in the Super Saiyajin 4 multiplier video, we believe it to be a boost of 36,000 times base. If you disagree with that, hit us up in that video, not in this one. And the users of this form are Son Goku, Prince Vegeta, and Gogeta. The form actually has a few remarkable abilities that I want to mention here. It has the ability to absorb ki when pushed into a stressful situation. This is seen during the fight between Goku and Baby. It has the ability to adapt to techniques, so the same technique won't work on it twice. An example will be when he was fighting Zan Xinglong, and he was frozen in ice. And the next time Zan attempted to freeze him, his body automatically put up a ki barrier, preventing him from being completely trapped in the ice, and he just broke himself free.
That sounds dumb. Not dumb. That sounds ridiculous.
Oh, well, you can say ridiculous. I think it's a testament to the kind of thing they're going for. The ultimate battle form, where your body's already just in its prime position to fight, its prime position to battle. So I think these attributes like the body naturally adapting to techniques, the user having very little stamina drain, just really points to the fact that Super Saiyajin 4 was meant to be the ultimate battle form, as Vegeta in Xenoverse puts it so eloquently.
Huh. We didn't get that. I didn't get that far.
We'll get there eventually.
Will we though?
I mean, we started Xenoverse 2 today, so we get there eventually. I don't know. It's a line he says in there eventually. We'll get there. I've seen it. Whatever.
Okay.
Moving on from Super Saiyajin 4, we have Ultra Full Power Super Saiyajin 4. Now, we talked about this in when we debunked Seth the Programmer's Dragon Ball GT skill. So when we talked about this form. Basically, this is a form Goku achieves when he asks to push for power beyond his limits, beyond that of a normal Super Saiyajin 4, with the risk of destroying his body. Luckily for us, he was the protagonist, so that didn't happen. He was able to gain power, I forget the exact number we said it was greater than his current form. I think it was something like ridiculously high, like 200 times or something. Like 7 million was the number.
What the
Whatever.
Yeah, no, 700. It's 7 million times greater.
Yeah, than his base form. Like 200 times that of a normal Super Saiyajin 4. Yeah, that's what it was. Anyway.
What?
They'll understand.
I made a joke.
No, I get it.
Okay, moving on.
That being said, this is Son Goku's form when he's going for broke. The Saiyajin has a massive increase in power, but visually it's the same as any other Super Saiyajin 4. This form is only achieved by Son Goku, and only briefly, and the form can be depleted if you're beaten up enough. So kind of just like any other Super Saiyajin 4, except rather than dropping the base, you just drop to your normal Super Saiyajin 4 level of power.
That's pretty handy.
And that are all the standard Super Saiyajin forms that appear in Dragon Ball GT. But, of course, there are variations introduced, both in Dragon Ball GT and in other areas of Dragon Ball franchise like Dragon Ball Heroes. So there's the Transfigurized Super Saiyajin forms.
Oh, isn't that the baby stuff?
Yeah, those are baby's forms. So essentially these forms are the same as Super Saiyajin, or the regular Super Saiyajin forms, I should say. So I won't go over them by going 1, 2, and 3, but instead I'll just mention that these are Super Saiyajin forms achieved by someone who's merged with a Tuscarora, and because of this it results in the hair being a silverish gold color. I mean, not silverish gold, a silverish white color rather than gold. So the original Super Saiyajin Blanco, you could say.
Yeah.
And power-wise, the forms have the exact same measurement. Power-wise, they have the exact same multipliers, I should say. And There is no other real difference in that other than the fact that a customized Super Saiyajin can maintain Super Saiyajin 3 far more easily, as we saw with Baby. And to end this,
What are we ending this on? Is it a character I hate?
it is a character you hate.
Yeah.
It's a character we hate. Broly. Thanks to the Dragon Ball Heroes games, we have seen Broly as a Super Saiyajin 3, and we've seen Broly as a legendary Golden Uzuru. Now, this is the same as Golden Uzuru except legendary, essentially. Appearance-wise, it looks like any other Golden Uzuru except it has Broly's hair. And it's Broly, so it's wearing his clothes.
Yay. I'm so happy.
And of course, because Broly is an uncontrollable monster with no actual personality, he can't achieve Super Saiyajin 4 because there's nothing to call him. So, Legendary Super Saiyajin 4 is instead achieved by magic.
Bullshit. You mean fixing that for you?
Appreciate it. That being said, it simply looks like Broly if he was a Super Saiyajin 4. No eyes, pupils, and all. And to end off on Broly, his final form is called Limit Breaker Super Saiyajin 4, or something of that nature. And it's simply, I assume, Broly's version of Limit Surpass Super Saiyajin 4. And the interesting thing about this form is that he has the same scar on his chest from when he was stabbed as a child.
What?
So, yeah.
Huh.
So that's pretty neat. But I hope that this video has taught you guys something about the Super Saiyajin forms of Dragon Ball GT. Mainly that they were very simple, to the point, and easy to understand.
I mean, just look at the link to this video.
Yeah, this is breaking grounds. That being said, there's not really much else to add or say in this video, other than the fact that I think that Dragon Ball GT introduced some of the more visually interesting Super Saiyajin forms, mostly because we've been used to the standard of gold in the previous series. And rather than just repainting these transformations, they instead came up with something new, something dynamic, and something people will remember.
Or basing off of a really cool state achieved at the end of a manga.
So,
I'm salty about that now. I wish I didn't think about. Continue.
That being said, thank you for watching this video. As usual, do all the typical stuff.
Like, comment, favorite, subscribe. Make sure you share it. That too. That's really helpful.
Oh yeah, because our community has a huge problem with misinformation, and so it's always important to just get it out there and get out the truth and get out the facts. And if you disagree with anything say in this video, remember to comment down below. But as I mentioned in the channel update video, I'll no longer be responding to individual comments unless I think your comment's really interesting. Take no offense to the way I worded that. And I will instead be doing comment response videos full time. So if you're interested in my response, look for that video, and of course I'll link it in the comment section down below when it's done. But I'll probably wait around 2 weeks so I can get the majority of responses in that time.
2 weeks is a good number. I'll give you that.
And we have to record the other video.
Oh,
so
fuck.
Let's get out of here.
God damn it.
This has been TAF108
and Victory
of the Supreme Duo channel. Signing out.
Thanks for watching.
Later.